The fact Ukip has elected and lost 2 new leaders in the 15 months and Nigel Farage stood down is perhaps proof of the size of the shoes he left to be filled. At the end of the month, members will select a new chief in an election which has been described as the battle for the soul of the party. This evening, there was a hustings with several of the contenders in central London, including the bookies' favourite to win, Peter Whittle. He could be described as the continuity candidate, a former candidate for London mayor. But on his heels is a woman who founded Sharia Watch and has branded Islam evil. And according to Mr Farage, if elected, could finish the party. Earlier today, Anne-Marie Waters tweeted that Ukip candidates were trying to silence the voice within the party against Islamicisation. The MEP, Mike Ukip, has resigned as Ukip's deputy whip over her candidacy, while the chief whip, MEP Stuart Agnew, is such a fan, he's described her as Joan of Arc. She's with me now, and so is Peter Whittle. Good evening to both of you. There's not much that divides you, is you? I mean, is there? You have described you want Sharia law outlawed, you want Sharia courts outlawed. There's nothing much between you.
I think that the incredibly important thing really is that this idea that somehow our, talking about Islam as a new thing is completely untrue. Since I've been in Ukip, I have talked about the need for one law for all, and indeed, therefore, that we shouldn't have Sharia. I have talked about FGM. I've talked about all these issues which are really pressing ones for the public.
But do you believe, as Anne-Marie Waters believes, is that Islam is evil?
No, I don't. And I don't think that is the sort of approach that we should actually be taking. The fact is, this is an incredibly important issue which we should actually, as a party, be taking on, but it should not be the only one.
Anne-Marie Waters, 18 out of 20 MEPs say they'll leave the party if you'll elect it. That would be a disaster, wouldn't it?
Well, first of all, I don't think all of them will leave. I think there's an awful lot of misunderstanding about what I'm saying. A lot of people seem to think I have 2 heads, and when they realise that I don't,
but
actually what I want to
Islam
speak
is evil. I've seen it.
Yes, and I don't see why that's such an enormous or outrageous thing to say. We ought to be able in this country to say whatever we like about a religion. And the problem we've got is that we pussyfoot around, we spend so much time agonising over not saying the wrong thing, and this is what's putting the public off. Look, this is how millions of people in this country feel, and they're waiting for someone to articulate it for them.
But what will be the party if everybody leaves because of
I was
exactly
just saying that not
kind of
everybody
thing you're
will
saying?
leave.
Well, what do you think? Will people leave? Do people subscribe to that view of Islam?
No, look, the thing is in a way, look, we're looking at this through the wrong prism.
No, this is a perfectly straightforward prism.
Because the main priority of most people in Ukip at the moment, and that includes people standing, is Brexit. That's why we were founded, right? That is the crucial priority at the moment.
And that was the one note that you did. So now you're moving on from Brexit
to
look at religion.
Not at all. We have got to actually save our democracy, because what is happening at the moment is there is a slow betrayal going on in terms of Brexit and the negotiations and all these transition deals. That is the crucial priority for anyone who takes over Ukip now. And in fact, I think you'll find most of the members think that.
If most of the members think that, then why are you banging on about Islam?
Well, most of the members may think that, but a lot of the members are supporting me. Look, it's not an either-or situation. Ukip cannot survive on Brexit alone. Brexit has become a mainstream issue.
No one is saying that, Anne-Marie. No one is saying that.
What we have to do is talk plainly and openly and honestly with an issue that millions of people, or about an issue that millions of people in this country care about, whether we like it or not. And it's not up to politicians to decide what issues we deal with. It's up to the public to tell us what they want us to deal with.
You are a close associate of Tommy Robinson of the EDL. Would you welcome him into Ukip?
No, I don't think Tommy has any interest in joining.
But would you welcome him?
No, look, if there is a leader's discretion, I think I would leave it up to party members.
Can I make something quite clear?
He has no interest in joining it, and for the record, I wouldn't lift the ban on groups such as the BNP.
No, wait a minute. It is very clear we are the only party that has these sorts of things in our constitution. We are not.
I just said I wouldn't
the EDL. So therefore, it is not up to whether the members want him or not. It is in the constitution. It's as simple as that. It is not going to do any good for this party if those sort of people start to join this party.
What sort of people, Peter? A lot of people around the country support those sort of people. A lot of people around the country think exactly the same way and have nobody representing them. And in fact, they're being dismissed in this way, described as those
hang
sort
on.
of people.
The party that seems to be discussed here
Yeah.
by Anne-Marie, is this the kind of party you think UKIP is?
No, the fact is that UKIP was built on a big issue, which was getting out of the EU, right? Upcoming, it is still going to be that issue, but of course there are massive other issues. I have always concentrated on the fact that we have got to, Kirsty, we have got to rebuild British confidence, British identity, British sense of self.
So do you agree with Anne-Marie that there should be a temporary ban on immigration?
No, I do not agree with that. It's not a point of that. We have got to simply impose the right laws that we have at the moment. They're just simply not being imposed. We need a strict Australian-style point system. We've been quite clear on all of those sorts of things. But the fact is that if we take those kind of positions, the fact is that we become just, if you like, more like a campaign group and not a political party.
Well, let's take a straightforward issue. Let's move away from that and say just, do you support, for example, capital punishment?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
No, neither do I.
You don't support capital punishment?
No, I think you'll find it's a very common view in our party.
It's criminal law is simply too complex to leave that kind of decision.
And what's the position for either of you? If you win, will you serve under Peter? If you win, will you serve? If you win, would you want Peter as your deputy?
I really don't know what I would do after I win, or if I win, or if I don't win. At the moment, I'm getting to that final stage.
And would you have Anne-Marie as your deputy?
We are thinking exactly about the leadership at the moment, and the fact is, this is a party with a potentially big future, and the fact is that is what we've actually got to put out to the public at the moment.
Thank you both very much indeed.